So in here, we have the raw data given, and we are asked to compute for the following. First is the group mean. Second is the group first quartile. Third is the group 8 decile. And fourth is the grouped 44th percentile. And fifth is the grouped percentile ranks of 125, and we are asked to interpret the result. So, in order for us to compute for the mean, ang gagawin natin ay katulad ng ginawa natin sa previous video natin na so gagawa tayo ng so we have the n, we have the max, the mean, we have the range, and we have the k and the interval I. So for the total number of observation, we have count, select natin yung data natin, and F4, and enter. So we have 150. For the maximum, i-drag lang po natin ito sa minimum. Palitan lang natin yung count ng max. And for the minimum, papalitan lang natin ng min. And for the range, we just have to subtract the maximum from the minimum. That's 120. For the k, so yun yung 2 raised to the power of k. So we have here 2 raised to the power of k. So dapat yung sagot po natin dito is higher than 150. So start tayo with 5. That's 32. Sa 6, that's 64. Sa 7, that's 128. And 8, that's 256. So sa 7, kung titingnan natin dito, 128 less than pa rin to compared sa 150. And pag 8, that is the first number na higher than 150. So our k is equal to 8. Okay, for the interval I, we have equals the range divided by k, that is equal to 15. So as a reminder, if we have the whole number, doon tayo sa next na higher value. So we'll be using I is equal to 15. Okay, so gagawa na tayo ng frequency distribution table. So ito yung mga data na kailangan natin for the frequency distribution table. Since our k is equal to 8, so magkakaroon tayo ng 8 classes. So for the lower, the first number natin, imbis tayo kay minimum. So it is equal to the minimum value. Ayan. And in here, we have this lower plus yung I. And press F4. Tapos drag down lang natin siya. And in here, ito yung next number na to, minus 1 lang tayo. And equals this one, plus ulit tayo ng interval I, press F4, enter, and drag down again. So for the less than cumulative frequency, that is equal count if, select natin yung range natin. So, ito yun. Yung data. And press F4. Comma. Open quotation. Since this is 65, so the next number higher to 65 is 66. So, that's less than 66. Close quotation. And close parentheses. Another option for this, if you are not going to make use of the less than 66, pwede natin gamitin yung less than or equal to 65. No? So, that's 21. Another option for this is ito, no? So, less than or equal to 65 naman. Yan. So, pareho yung sagot nun. Pero, para maging the same siya doon sa previous na solution natin. So, we are going to make use of the next higher number. And drag down lang natin to. Tapos, i-edit natin to, the next higher number. So, 81 to. So, next sa 81 is 82. We have 82. And in here, so that's 97. That's one is 98. 113. So, gagamitin natin dito is 114. So, dito tayo tumitingin, no? Yung pagpa-plus 1 lang tayo. Actually, ito yung ginagamit natin. Okay. So, for this, you have 129. And for this, no. So for this, 130 and 145. So 146. Sorry, 146. And this, it's 162. And for this, 177 plus 1, that's 178. So, last number natin, 150, equal siya kay n, so that's correct. Okay, so for this, it is equal to 21. And for the next number, equals yung cumulative, less than cumulative frequency natin, ma-minus na lang natin. Babawasan lang natin, no? Sinundan niya. And drag down. Pag pinag-add natin to, dapat ang lalabas dito is 150. Okay. For the lower class boundary, that is just the lower class limit minus 0.5. And for the class mark, equals the lower class limit, parentheses, the lower class limit plus the upper class limit divided by 2. And drag down natin. And then here, we are going to multiply the frequency with the class mark. Drag down and sum up. And itong total, i-divide natin ng n. And this answer here is our mean. Okay, so next na pinapakompute sa atin is the first quartile. So this is the formula for the quartile. Formula natin for the quartile, we have the Q is equal to XLB. So XLB is the lower boundary of the class interval, which contains Q. The K here is the number of partition. The CFT here is the cumulative frequency for the class interval preceding the quartile class. The FM is the frequency in the quartile class, and I is the class width. So let us compute for the first quartile. So for the first quartile, we have some mga information na kakailanganin natin. You have the N, you have the K, you have the Kn over 4, we have these values here, and these values here. Yan. So for the N is equal to 150. The K is the first partition, this one, and Kn over 4, so that's equals, that's K times N over 4. And XLB is The XLB is the lower boundary of the class interval which contains Q. So, hanapin natin yung class interval which contains Q. And it is 37.5. So, kung babalikan natin yung ating frequency distribution table, ang 37.5 can be found here, no? Nandito siya kay 43. So, ito yung interval na ito yung ating interval na i-consider natin, no? So, we have the XLB is the lower boundary of the class interval which contains P. So, ito yun. And the CFP is the cumulative frequency for the class interval preceding the quartile class. So, if this is the quartile class, this is the CF preceding the quartile class. And the frequency of the quartile class is this quantity here. So, for the XLB, ito po yung XLB natin. And for the CF, ito yun. And for the frequency, ito yun. And for the interval, so babalikan natin yung interval natin kanina. So, we have here 16. Okay, so applying for the formula, we have equals XLB plus the Kn over 4, ito yun, minus, so, insert natin yung isa pang parentheses para kay numerator, minus CFP over the F, so 22, and then close. We multiply this by the interval I. So it's 77.5. As you can see here, the 77.5 is included within the interval 66 to 81. So what if we are going to compute for the second quartile? For the second quartile, Q2. For the second quartile, the same yung ating, that's 150, yung N, yung K natin is 2, equals the Kn over 4, so K is 2 times N, 150, divided by 4, that is 75. So, 75 can be found here sa 81, no? So, ito yung ating XLB. I-blue ko na lang siya. Ito yung CF before. No? So, ito naman yung ating frequency sa quartile class natin. So, XLB here is this. The CFP is 64 and the FP is 17, and of course the interval is 16. Now, so para gawin natin to, since the same na naman yung formula nito, so since okay, so apply natin yung formula natin. We have XLB plus numerator, that's Kn over 4, minus CFP divided by FP multiplied by the interval 16, and that's 107.853. Now, since the same naman yung formula nito ng first quartile sa second quartile, i-drag lang natin to. 107.85 yung sagot natin kanina. So, the same, it's 107.85. Hindi magbabago yung formula natin. So, try natin with the third quartile. It's Q3. So, for the Q3, the same po yung ating N. And nasa third quartile na tayo. The Kn over 4 equals K times N over 4. Yan. 112.5. Ang 112.5 can be found here sa 122. No? Kasi dito si 105, hindi pa naman nakaabot ng 112. So, dito siya, kay 122. So, ito yung XLB natin. And ito yung CFB4. Ito naman yung frequency ng quartile class natin. So, XLB is 129.5. And this is 105. And this is 17. And this is equal to I 16. Now, computing for the third quartile, i-drag lang natin to. No? So, it's 136. Kung titingnan natin, sa second quartile natin, we have 107.85. So, 107.85. Ang 107.85 is included dito kay limit ng 98 to 130. While the 136.56 is found here in this interval. So, it's correct. So, next na pinapakompute sa atin is the 8th decile. So, 8th decile. 4, papalitan lang natin ang 10. It's the same formula. So, we are asked to compute for the 8th decile. 8th decile, so N natin is equal to 150. Our K for the 8 is 8. And Kn over 10, that's K times N divided by 10. And XLB natin, so since this is 120, ang 120 natin can be found here. So this is the XLB, this is the CFP, and this is the frequency. No? So XLB is equal to 129.5, and CFP is 105, and FP is 17. And for the interval, 16 yung interval natin kanina. So, computing for this, we have equals XLB plus yung Kn over 10, it's 120, minus CFP divided by the frequency multiplied by the interval, 16. So our answer is 143.6. So 143.6 can be found here. It's correct. So this is our answer for the 8th decile. So next na hinahanap sa atin is the 44th percentile. So for the percentile, instead of 10, gagamit tayo dun ng 100. So, the formula for the percentile is the same with the quartile. Sa decile ay 10, sa quartile ay 4, sa percentile ay 100. So, the same information na gagamitin natin. And this hinahanap sa atin is the 44th percentile. So, N is 150, the K is 44, and ito papalitan na natin ito ng 100. So, Kn over 100, that's K, that's K is 44 times N divided by 100. That's 66. And 66 can be found somewhere here. Kasi 64, hindi niya pa covered yung 66. So, nandito siya kay 81. So, this is... Yan. So, yan yung interval na kailangan natin. Ito yung XLB, ito naman yung CFP, ito naman yung frequency. So XLB is this, and our CFP is this, and the frequency is 17, and the I is 16. So computing for the 44th decile, we have 44. So we have X. So the formula, we have for the formula, we have XLB plus the Kn over 100 minus CFP, this one, divided by the F frequency multiplied by the interval I. And the answer is 99.38. And kung titingnan natin dito, yung 99.38 na to is included dito kay range ng, o dito kay class interval of, so dito sa interval na 98 to 128. And that is correct. So this is our formula for the percentile rank. And ito yung mga kakailanganin natin. Ang kailangan natin is the group percentile rank of 125. So for 125, saan natin makikita sa data natin? 125 can be found from 114 to 129. So kopihin ulit natin ito. So for the class that contains 125 to 125 can be found from 114 to 129. So it's 114 to 129. And the P is 125. For the N, it's 150. For the XLB, so since ito yung kailangan nating class, the XLB is the class boundary, lower class boundary nito. And the CFP ay ito, yung residue. And this is the frequency, 24. So interval natin 16. XLB natin is 113.5 and our CFP is 81. Our frequency is 24. Now computing for the percentile rank, we have the formula 100 divided by n. Our n is equal to 150 multiplied by parentheses, that's P minus XLB. So P minus XLB close. And then since siya ay i-multiply natin kay FP, so times FP. And then i-enclose natin ito sa parentheses para mag-represent ng numerator. And then i-divide natin kay interval 16. And since yung expression na to ay i-add natin kay CFP, so i-enclose again natin sa parenthesis ito. And we have plus CFP. Itong expression na to sa 100 over n, so we have to enclose this in parentheses, and we have 65.5. So therefore 65.5% of the data is below 125, and if we are going to subtract 65.5% from 100,
then we can say that 34.5% of the data is above 125.